Oh, gather round, because you simply won't believe what our favourite Duchess of Discontent has inflicted upon the world now. Just when you thought she might have run out of ways to demand our attention, Meghan Markle has emerged from her Montecito fortress to share another profound piece of her wisdom. This time, it's a cooking tutorial. And by cooking tutorial, I mean a video that serves as a masterclass in how to butcher a perfectly innocent breakfast. In a video plastered on her lifestyle brand's Instagram, a brand that seems to be built on vibes and little else, Meghan, with all the seriousness of a world leader, demonstrates how to craft what she audaciously calls an elevated breakfast spread. Let's set this truly tragic scene. She slops a heap of cream cheese onto a plate, arranging it like some kind of sad dairy-based mountain. Then, she artfully places some thinly sliced strawberries on top, followed by, and I kid you not, a sprinkle of flower petals for surprise and delight. The only surprise here is how anyone could think this is a good idea. The grand finale: 4 slices of a completely raw, untoasted bagel are unceremoniously plopped on top of the cream cheese heap. To add insult to injury, she then smears some of her ridiculously priced $12 jam on it using a knife she was just stirring with. The whole fiasco is set to the chirpy tune of Dardo Ron by the Crystals, a soundtrack far too cheerful for the culinary crime being committed. An innocent breakfast, you ask? Oh, honey, no. The internet, in its infinite wisdom, immediately saw this for what it was and rightfully lost its collective mind. Critics are having an absolute field day, branding her an inexperienced cook and accusing her of having the table etiquette of a raccoon. The central, unforgivable sin, of course, is the bagel itself. Many are pointing out, quite correctly, that Meghan completely missed the fundamental, non-negotiable step of toasting the bagels. It's a concept so basic, so universally understood, that its omission is nothing short of baffling. Apparently, the memo that bread products are generally improved by heat never made it to her palatial estate. As one user on X so eloquently put it, "What in the ever-loving fresh hell is this?" So now, to serve cream cheese, we are smearing it on a plate, throwing leaves on it, and calling it elevated. Get me out of here. The fruit goo looks disgusting. Couldn't have said it better myself. Ouch. But the critique doesn't end with her baffling preparation methods. Oh no. Sharp-eyed viewers couldn't help but notice Meghan was dripping in jewellery while pouring at the food. Gold rings, a bangle, a beaded bracelet. Because nothing says I'm a serious culinary artist like dangling your expensive trinkets all over the ingredients. It's a basic rule of food hygiene that she's either ignorant of or simply doesn't care about. One person rightly asked if this was actually cooking or just food decoration, a performance for the camera rather than the creation of something edible. And here's the real kicker, the delicious irony of it all. Meghan, who has spent years complaining about public scrutiny, willingly puts these moments of her personal life out there, only to be shocked, when people tear them apart. This isn't some complex political stance. She's just trying to make a simple breakfast and failing spectacularly. The whole display has an undeniable college dorm food vibe to it, if that college student had a trust fund and a desperate need for validation. Jam and cream cheese on a raw, doughy bagel isn't a gourmet meal. It's what you make when the toaster is broken and you've given up on life. As one commenter perfectly quipped, "Only a few people may understand this, but those bagels are raw." It's a far cry from anything a sane person would consider an edible meal. But perhaps Meghan is just redefining breakfast. Redefining it as something inedible, apparently. Let's be brutally honest. While we all enjoy a clever life hack, this pathetic attempt is just too far out there. It's impossible to ignore the glaring reality that Meghan, despite all her privilege and posturing, seems profoundly inept at the most basic of kitchen tasks. And while that might not be a crime, it makes you wonder if this is genuinely the best she can offer, while trying to position herself as some kind of authority on wellness and lifestyle. Critics even mocked her knife skills, saying, "You can tell by the way she chops things, like the strawberries in this clip, that she is very inexperienced with cooking." It's harsh, but it speaks to a larger truth. When you present yourself as an expert, people expect you to know what you're doing. This whole bagel debacle really begs a bigger question. Is any part of Meghan's public persona authentic, or is it all just poorly crafted for the cameras? Every single move she makes is analysed because she invites the analysis. This cream cheese catastrophe isn't just a failed recipe, it's the perfect metaphor for her entire public image. She's constantly trying to elevate the everyday, turning a simple bagel into some grand, Instagrammable moment. But it never, ever resonates because it's so transparently phony. So, while some might chuckle at her culinary disaster, there's no sympathy here. We haven't all been there, trying to pass off a mess as a masterpiece. Meghan Markle may not be a chef, but she is a master of getting the world to talk about her. And in the end, for someone so desperate for relevance, that's likely the whole sad point.